Hello there everyone, and welcome back to the next Rhen Var mock update video. And in this video I work on the final building and kind of the main section that I've been working on in the past few episodes. Overall, a lot of exciting progress, so without any further ado, let's get started. Alright guys, so next thing I've done here is add the wall back over here. Same design that I did on that opposite side. I did a couple more of those indentations that I showed you guys last episode with the sand blue and dark bluish gray, just to kind of change it up a little bit so it's not just a flat wall. So I'm definitely liking the way this is looking. And essentially what I'm going to do here is the next building will go on top of this kind of spot right here, so connect here to the other side. And then the big building that's going to be back here, the main droid command post, one entrance is down there, and then I'm going to add another entrance right here. So this all kind of flows together all naturally, and that should look pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to work, and then up to you guys here in a little bit. I think I'm going to start to work on this top building, but here's the wall right there, and I've got some troops set up. So this will be a cool little area, another little platform where the clones and droids will be able to have a nice little battle. So here's what I've got so far for this building right here. I'm kind of doing a similar design to that one, using some dark kind of tan in the background there, as well as some arch pieces and inverted pieces to kind of give it a cool look, because I was experimenting a little bit with just having kind of plain light bluish gray, kind of 1x4s and 1x2s, and I just wasn't enjoying how there wasn't really any texture. And I don't want to do masonry, because what I like about these two buildings up top is this kind of one of the creative kind of freedoms that I'm doing on this build, is I'm making them not kind of this worn down masonry color. That way everything looks a little different, because I think it'd be weird if everything was the same kind of masonry pattern, especially for these kind of two buildings up here. So here's what I've got. I've got an archway right here using some inverted pieces as well as some kind of cheese slopes, and I put them upside down with some Technic. I can show you guys how I did that in a second here to kind of give it that look. And then I've also done some other arches right here using some inverted pieces and dark tan in the background there to cover up the gaps. I ran out of dark tan bricks, so that's why that's empty right there. I've also added in some details on the walls right there, just so when you look through kind of some of these entryways, you'll actually see something on here. There's no kind of weird looking, just plain walls. We got some interesting tile on there and some texture, but here's kind of what I got so far for the building. I have to kind of now figure out for the roofs what exactly to do next for the roofs. So that's kind of my next step here. Still a lot more work left to do on the building, so I'm going to go ahead and continue to work, and up to you guys once I have some more progress. So here's an inverted slope piece there with the cheese slope on the bottom, and I've got it upside down. So this is kind of a quick technique to show you guys if you do want to kind of achieve some of these kind of more technically, I guess, illegal techniques in the Lego book, where you can kind of do stuff that the bricks aren't necessarily meant to do. But here's what you do. So essentially you have this right here, and if I just take this cheese slope off, you can see that I have a Technic kind of pin in there. So you just put the Technic pin in there, and that creates a connection point on the bottom right there. And then you can connect the cheese slope in whichever way you want. I currently have it like that. And then you can do that with a bunch of different other bricks. I've used this in a couple different builds, so just something to keep in mind as you're building. Quick update on the battlefield area here. I got a ton of feedback from the first episode about the spacing of these ice formations as well as the size, and I'm still kind of going back and forth. I think I'll keep them somewhat spread out and kind of a variation of different sizes and shapes for these ice formations. I've added a couple more down here of a different size, and I've also put in some debris. So one thing I'm going to do for this battlefield area is get the first layer done, which is these ice formations, so it'll look pretty plain. That'll be layer 1. Layer 2 will be adding in these kind of little pieces of debris here and there throughout the battlefield area. Layer 3 will be adding some of the snow mounds that you guys saw in the previous episode, and then possibly layer 4 will be any more debris, and then I'm also planning on doing at least 1 or 2 trenches in this area over here, but for now I'm just going to kind of get the base layer all done and then start to add the details on top of that. So I finished up this building right here with a roof as well, as you can see, and the only thing I need to do kind of in this section is do those kind of snow mounds. So I did get in those pieces, so I'll be doing that next. One thing I did want to point out was I changed kind of these windows to have sand blue behind them instead of dark tan. So this building over here has them as dark tan, and this one has them as sand blue. I was looking at the dark tan and I just felt like something kind of felt out of place with kind of the color palette of the dark tan. I did like it being a different color, but now looking at the sand blue, I may switch that kind of dark tan section over here to sand blue for those windows. I'm not too sure yet. I think I might just try that out to see what it looks like, but for now I'm gonna go ahead and work on those snow mounds and then give you guys an update. Alright, so I've went ahead and actually replaced the dark tan windows with the sand blue over in that building in particular, and here's what we've got for this overall area so far. You're definitely going to have to let me know what you guys think about the dark tan or sand blue for this building back here. I'm now leaning more towards the sand blue. I think it just fits in better with the aesthetic here, and then I do have some dark tan still when I've got those lights in there and stuff. There's tan and dark tan, so I'll still have a little bit of that color. But I'm really wondering if the sand blue is a better option than the dark tan. The dark tan felt like it stuck out a little bit, but again, I could go back and forth, so I really don't know. But to me, this kind of feels like it flows a little better with the sand blue kind of windows instead of the dark tan, but definitely let me know. The other thing I did was add in these snow mounds. So now this building has the snow mounds, and so does this area down here. So we are looking pretty good. You'll have to let me know how many snow mounds I should do, if I should add more or less. But so far, this is kind of what I've got. All right, guys, and with that, that's going to do it for this episode. I got a little bit of work done over here on the side for the battlefield area. Again, I'll call this kind of the phase 1 portion of the battlefield, where I just kind of get the first layer done right there. But here's everything on the MOC we've got done so far in these episodes. I've also got the lights on in those other hallways. So the main thing, let me know about the sand blue in this episode, between sand blue and dark tan for some of those windows. And yeah, we're looking pretty good here. And next episode will be pretty exciting, because I'm probably either going to start on the trenches and some other battlefield areas, or the big building back there. And I've also got these other large structures over here. So we're really getting into the MOC. This is kind of the end of phase 1 right here, where these two buildings over here are pretty much complete, except for any small changes that you guys have for suggestions and things like that. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the series so far. And that's about it. So let's go ahead and move on to the outro. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you did enjoy. Stay tuned for the next couple episodes, where I'll be finally working on some different parts of the MOC, so it's going to be very exciting. Also, stay tuned for my Lord of the Rings MOC update series. I've got one episode out right now. It is about the Black Gate, so definitely check that out. And as always, leave your feedback in the comment section below. Hope you guys have a great day, and may the Force be with you always.